If this narrow stretch of water were to shut down, the global economy wouldn't just slow, it could collapse. Nearly 20% of the world's oil passes through a single choke point, and that choke point is called the Strait of Hormuz. Located between Iran and Oman, this narrow waterway connects the Persian Gulf to the rest of the world. At its narrowest point, it's only about 21 miles wide. But despite its size, it is one of the most strategically important locations on Earth. Every single day, millions of barrels of oil pass through this route. Countries like Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, and the United Arab Emirates depend on it to export their oil. This oil fuels major economies, including the United States, China, and Europe. In simple terms, this one narrow passage keeps the global energy system running. But the Strait of Hormuz is not just important. It is also extremely vulnerable. It sits in a region with long-standing political tensions, especially involving Iran. Over the years, there have been threats to block the strait, military buildups, and even attacks on oil tankers. Because the waterway is so narrow, even a small disruption can trigger global panic. If the Strait of Hormuz were blocked, oil supply would drop instantly. Prices would surge across the world. Fuel would become more expensive, transportation would slow down, and businesses would feel the pressure. Stock markets could react sharply, and economies that depend on imported energy would face serious challenges. Even countries far from the Middle East would feel the impact. There are alternative routes, such as pipelines and other shipping paths, but none of them can fully replace the massive volume that passes through this strait. Which means the world is still heavily dependent on it. And that dependency creates risk. Despite advances in technology and efforts to diversify energy sources, the Strait of Hormuz remains critical. As long as the world depends on oil, this route will continue to matter. It is not just a waterway. It is a pressure point in the global system, a narrow stretch of water with the power to impact the entire world. And as global tensions continue, its importance is only growing. If you want to understand how global events shape the world, subscribe to World Lens.